Hi friends, welcome to Bowl of Light Yoga. I'm Danielle. This is a quick practice to safely stretch the hands and wrists. Most of this practice is seated, so you can sit on a floor, in a chair, on a bed, wherever you can sit and maintain a long neutral spine with your shoulders gliding down your back. We will come to hands and knees briefly. If that doesn't work in your body, you can skip that part or choose to do those postures seated as well. So to begin, let's just come to a comfortable seated position here. Let's go ahead and when you sit down, just kind of rock on your hips a little bit. This can help your nervous system calm down. This just lets your body, your nervous system know we're going to settle in here for a few minutes. This is a safe space, and calm down. And so once you've kind of rocked a little bit, come to some stillness. And when you're ready, go ahead and close down your eyes. We'll just take a few moments here to connect with our breath because this is yoga after all. So let's begin to take some long, slow, deep breaths, maybe inhaling and exhaling for a count of 4 or a count of 6. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a few more breaths at your own pace here. As we move through this practice today, remember that even though we're focusing on the hands and wrists, everything is connected. So make sure that you're being aware of your entire body as we move through the practice today. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. And we'll try and maintain that breath pattern throughout this practice. So to begin, let's just take your arms straight out to the side. Let's take right fingers up, left fingers down, and take right ear to right shoulder. We'll take a few deep breaths here. And let's switch sides. So right fingers will point down, left fingers up, left ear to left shoulder. Let's take a nice long deep breath. And we'll switch again. Everything is, of course, connected within your body, and your neck muscles connect all the way down to the muscles of your forearms and wrists and hands. Let's switch one more time. So making sure your neck is nice and stretched and loose and free of tension can definitely help with wrists and hands as well. Let's return to center. Go ahead and bring your hands into prayer position at heart center here, and we'll just start to roll through prayer. So start taking your fingers in front and then start to turn them down as you open your palms, bring the backs of your hands together. Just point your fingers towards your sternum. As you bring your hands up, you'll open your hands again, palms meet. Let's do that a few more times. If this is not working for you, just do some wrist rolls. That's all we're doing here. So with your breath, at your pace, just roll your wrists. And right away begin to notice if you need to soften anywhere in your body. Are you holding tension in your lower body? If so, maybe rock around on your hips a little more, shake your legs out, release any tension you're holding that you don't need to. Let's reverse directions here. As we move through these, continue to scan your body, scan your breath, soften whenever you can. All right, great. We'll stop that. Let's go ahead and come on over to hands and knees. Again, if hands and knees doesn't work for you, you can do these are going to be some wrist stretches. You can do them seated. Just put your hands out in front of you and stretch them as we move around on hands and knees. So come on over into hands and knees, fingers face directly in front of you to begin. Spread your fingers nice and wide on your mat, and then gently just begin to rock forward and back. Not doing this too fast, and this isn't going to be a big movement here. We're just coming forward, stretching the wrists a little bit. And notice how as you come forward, your fingertips might kind of grip into the ground to catch you there. So just kind of pay attention to those little subtleties in your body as you move back and forth with your breath. Great, we'll do that one more time. And returning back to neutral tabletop position. This time turn your hands so the insides of your wrists are facing each other and your fingers are facing the long edges of your mat. And again, fingers spread wide here, and we'll just start shifting right to left. Paying attention to that sensation in your wrists, in your hands, in your fingertips. If you feel any pain in any of these movements, back off a little bit. No pain. You don't want to feel any pain. You definitely want to feel sensation. If you feel any pain, you're going too far. So back off a little bit. We want to meet our body where it's at. We never want to push our body to do anything it's not ready to do. All right, let's come back to center here. And we'll turn the wrists one more time. So insides of the wrists are now facing the front of your mat. Fingertips are facing your knees. Spread your fingers as wide as you can here. And again, we'll slowly and gently begin rocking back and forth a little bit. And then whenever you're ready, you can just stay back and begin to bend your elbows just a little here, paying attention to the sensation in your wrists. And then slowly begin to peel the heel of your hand up off the floor as you sit back even further. And fingertips down, palms up for a moment, getting a nice stretch through the fingertips. And then peel your fingers up off the mat as you sit back onto your heels. And then we'll take the front of the hand and just very gently place it on the ground next to you. And begin to apply just a little bit of pressure at a time until you feel where your body says that's enough. And we're just feeling a nice stretch here in the front of the forearm and the wrist. So you want to be careful not to apply too much pressure in this manner, but just enough that you're feeling a nice stretch in the forearm. Continuing with that deep breath, noticing if you can soften anywhere. Are you holding tension in your shoulders, maybe in your jaw? And we'll come up and we'll come back into a seated position here. And let's take your right arm out and just begin to, with your left hand, just massage your right hand, making sure you get nice and deep into the palm of your hand, the heel of your thumb. Maybe stretching your fingers out a little bit. Coming to the back of the hand. And then we'll move into the wrist and continue up the forearm here. And we'll move back down the forearm When you get to your wrist, just go ahead and kind of pinch in the middle of your wrist there, and then just shake your hand out. All right, we'll take that right hand now, stretch it out in front of you, turn your palm so fingers are facing the earth, and with your left hand, just go ahead and grab your pinky, grab a hold of the nail, the tip of your finger here, and go ahead and pull back, stretching your fingers. We'll release that, move on to your ring finger, coming down to the nail, pulling back. And release that middle finger, coming down to the nail, pull that back. Continuing with your deep breath, see if you can soften your shoulders at all. Release that pointer finger on your right hand, pulling that back. Try and keep the rest of your fingers spread as you do this here. My shoulder wants to keep creeping up by my ears. Keep paying attention to your body, releasing tension wherever you can. And now we'll come to the thumb, and so go ahead and grab the nail of your thumb, and then you're going to want to pull it back towards your forearm here, keeping your other fingers spread. Relaxing any muscles in your face that are tense. We don't need any face muscles for this. You can gently let that go and shake that out. We'll move on to the left side. So we'll start with that hand massage again. Just massaging your hand, the palm of your hand, the heel of your thumb, back of your hand, opening through those fingers there. And then we'll move up through the wrist, up through the forearm, and coming back down. Go ahead and pinch your wrist on this hand. We'll shake out the left hand, left wrist a little bit here. And you can let that fall away. We'll stretch left hand out in front of you. Fingers point down. And with your right hand, go ahead and take the nail of your left pinky. Pull that back. Other fingers remain spreading wide and open. Release your pinky. Take your ring finger. Pull that back. Relax your shoulders if you need to. Release your ring finger, middle finger here, pulling that back, breathing deeply. Maybe soften through the forehead or the jaw. Pointer finger. Keeping the fingers spread wide. Nice slow breathing. And we'll come to the thumb and bring that back towards your forearm. And we'll release that. Gently shake that out a little bit. And we'll stick both hands out in front of us this time. Go ahead and spread your fingers as wide as you can. Big spread fingers. We'll just hold this. Again, see where you can soften, move around if you notice your lower body keeps getting tense. Assure your body this is okay. And now clench your fingers into a fist as tight as you can. Keep your shoulders gliding down your back, away from your ears. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Hold them open. Tight fists, tight, tight, tight as you can. Spread your fingers wide. Clench your fists. And we're going to pick up the pace a little bit here. So fist clenches pretty fast. These are so great to do if you spend a lot of time at a computer or driving or holding onto your phone, really gripping onto anything. This is a great way to release the muscles in your hands, which can sometimes get really tight, kind of want to stay in a certain shape. Maintain your deep breathing as you move through this. See if you can soften anywhere in your body here. Almost finished. And we'll gently shake that out. Nice. All right, here we go. Last one. Go ahead and bring your hands together in prayer. Begin to rotate your fingers towards the front, towards the earth, and see how far you can point your fingers down towards the earth. It doesn't matter how far you can get. We're just working towards pointing them straight down. If you do this practice often, you may find that you're able to get your hands pointed down a little more each time. This may help relieve any discomfort you have from arthritis or carpal tunnel, or just general discomfort from daily use of our hands. It's always good to give your hands a little love, right? They do so much for us. Okay, we'll gently release that. And you're perfectly seated up here, set up here for a seated meditation if you'd like. So I hope your hands and your wrists feel a little better. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Namaste.